Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you are able to see me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Harsh Kumar as well as Naran Jain. The link is the same. I forgot to change the name of the link. The link was of day 4 itself. You have cross-checked it once again. I have already updated it. That was the same link. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Again, that was day 4 link itself. Only the name wasn't changed. It was day 4. Okay. So if anybody is asking this question again in the live chat, please let them know. Okay. Hello everyone. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys? Hello everyone. Good evening. How are you guys? Did you receive the message of today's class on your WhatsApp groups, guys? Did you receive the message of today's class on your WhatsApp group, guys? Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, you got the message for on the WhatsApp group as well. Not a lot of people have joined us up till now. That was the reason why I was concerned with the same. Lakshman Reddy, I will suggest you to increase the voice from your end because I think so. I am like am I audible, guys, to everybody? Is there any problem with my voice? Please let me know. Okay, great, amazing, guys, amazing. I'm audible, no problem. Okay, great. I think so. That's a problem from his end itself. So no issues in that. Okay, so. In today's class, there are two things that we are going to go further with. First of all, this is an introduction to Matplotlib and Seaborn. Okay, so that is the first thing that we'll be doing. As well as in the second half, we will be looking into the roadmap of becoming a data scientist or a data analyst. That is what we will be doing. Okay. Radhir Chaudhary copying the code means directly from the video itself. Okay. Have you watched One Piece? No, Harsh, till now I haven't watched it. Technology, like I said once again, yesterday's attendance link, although it was showing day 3, it was a printing mistake. It is still a day 4 link itself. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, so how was your day, guys? Everybody had a good day today? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Guys, also, like, I want to get some feedback from you as well. So try to make sure that you are able to provide us with good feedback in the comment section so that we are able to work upon that. Okay? Okay. So notes and everything which Vijit Singh Nayal we provided in the class itself when you are doing the class right now. As you have, if you have attended our previous classes, I put up the notes in the live chat itself. Okay. Yes, Maitri, it will follow the Bodmas rules itself. Okay. Thank you so much, Bishal. We'll be having boot camps for at least 1 month more. But our plan is from the start of August. From the start of August, we'll be having these basic boot camps as well as some advanced level boot camps as well. So right now, these boot camps are meant to be a basic introduction to these technologies. So we'll be having these basic boot camps so that because I am able to understand that most of the people coming to these boot camps are coming up from like little to no knowledge about even the programming language. So this boot camp is very appropriate enough for them. But we are planning from August, the first week of August, to have like advanced level boot camps as well, like very advanced level boot camps, having various different technologies. We are planning to incorporate IoT. We are planning to incorporate cybersecurity. We're planning to incorporate blockchain into boot camps as well, both basics and advanced level boot camps. We are also planning. So right now, as you have already seen, if you have seen our YouTube channel, we have started releasing C++ videos. You have seen our channel right over there. So from the utmost basics, okay, we have started releasing the C++ videos as well. And just go to the playlist and you will be able to see the C++ videos, as you are able to see right over here. That too we are working upon. So our first C++, then Java, then Python, then JavaScript, from the utmost basics to the most advanced level in these languages. We are also planning to make data structures and algorithms, the entire data structures and algorithms in C++ as well as Java, for free on this channel. And within 3-4 months, we are trying to make sure that we will be able to certify them as well. So for example, C++ would be certified, Java would also be certified. So we are currently in talks with different companies so that these like videos as well, we can make them as certified as well. So that, because that is the feedback that we got from you guys, so we are trying our very best to slowly and steadily build upon them. So people started asking of us about more videos on just projects, okay, building projects in React, building projects as MongoDB, building projects in just C++, C Sharp, Java. So that too we are currently working upon. So we are planning that around the first week of August we will be able to do this and move further with that as well. So if you guys have any suggestions, any feedback over the same, we'll definitely appreciate that as well. Okay. Again, for yesterday's attendance, okay, that was a day 4 attendance. It was only a printing mistake, don't worry about it. That was day 4's attendance. That was just a printing mistake. Okay. Priyanshu Pratapati, please continue with the Hotstar clone. That JavaScript you can directly copy from the video itself. You don't have to understand it. That was just to make sure that the carousels and the pop-ups are actually working, and it looks as similar to the original web page itself. Okay. Satyam, Rajesh, Krunal, Santosh, Ganesh, I think so. You guys understand English. I've written, don't write present, sir. Okay, you are attending the bootcamp for the 5 days. If you're still writing present, sir, either you are an idiot or you are here just to like make sure that nobody is able to study. So just think about it. So I'm basically considering that you are an idiot. Okay. Okay, how can we import NumPy on Visual Studio? Abhay Pratap Singh Rawat. First of all, you will have to install Python. Then after you have installed Python, you will have to install pip. That is pip 3 if it is already not installed with Python. Once I've done that, you will have to install pip 3, install NumPy, and then you will be able to use that. Okay. Okay. Why is string called ordered? Please explain. We have already done that. This has already been done. Can somebody help Biswaprat? I'm not able to understand the name itself, but can somebody answer this question in the live chat? Why is string called as ordered? Please explain. We have already done this. Okay, we have already understood it. Am I right? So can somebody write the answer in the live chat? Why is string called ordered? Can somebody write it in the live chat, guys? Please let me know. Can somebody write this in the live chat, guys? Please let me know. Thank you so much, Monica. Okay, I want to see the answers, guys. Why is string called as ordered? Please let me know, guys. See, strings are called as ordered because you are able to access the elements in the same order as you have created the elements as. Okay. For example, if you have created SHAURYA, if you have written that, then you know that at 0, it will be S. Okay, for example, you are writing Shaurya, but if you are accessing the element at 0, you are getting A. then that is an unordered element. Okay, that's an unordered data type. But the order in which you are writing the creating the element, if you are able to access the elements in the same order, that is called as an ordered element. Okay, that's called an ordered data type. Okay, so that is where you are having a string as ordered. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Prithvi, C is not a particular language that you want to learn at any point of time, because C is just for college. But yes, I will definitely take that into account as well. It's not for placements. It's not something that you need to learn. Okay. Okay, great. So shall we start off with our today's class, guys? Please let me know. Shall we start off with our today's class, guys? Please let me know. Great. So let's get started right away, guys. First of all, in the video that you are able to see right now, okay, just copy this and open it up right over here. Move this as well. You're scrolling down. Okay, this is the video that you're currently watching right over here. Okay, if you're scrolling down below, you will be able to see two important stuff that I've posted in the description of the video, guys. You're able to see down below. I've posted two important stuff in the description of the video. This is what we are going to use today. Okay, this is what we are going to use today. So first of all, it's the data set. Just click on this particular link. Again, do not code along with me. Whatever I am doing, just listen to me properly. If you are coding, I will understand. If you are asking questions and sir, I'm not able to understand this, that means that most of the time you are basically coding along with me. Okay, that is the reason why you have skipped it from your mind. Do not code along with me. Listen to me properly what I'm doing. Okay, so in the description of the video itself, you will be able to find this dataset link. First of all, click on that particular link. It will open this dataset up. Then click on Control S. Okay, save this particular file. Click on Control S. Okay, now it will save the file name as Pokemon, and the file type is Microsoft Excel comma separated values. As you're able to see, Microsoft Excel comma separated values, that is a CSV file. Okay, that is a CSV file right over there. Then click on this particular button called as save. Okay, click on this particular button called as save. So that will save this particular file as a Pokemon.csv file that we are going to use. Now a CSV file is basically having all this data. Okay, whenever you are using an Excel file, okay, whenever you are using an Excel file, how does an Excel file look like? You're having an Excel file, you're having the column names. Okay, so it will be like, let's say ID, species, generation ID, you are having height. Okay, then you are having your weight. Then these are the column names. Okay, these are the column names right over here. And then you're having the data. So ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, species, maybe water, maybe leaf, okay, maybe ghost, okay, maybe fire. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, so and then the generation ID maybe 1, 2, 4, XY, okay, height and weight. So and this will be arranged in a proper manner. This will be arranged in a proper manner right over here. Just like so, I am very sure that you guys have already used your Excel sheets. So you will be very familiar with this, how you are having row names and then the data that is present right over there. Now this entire thing can also be represented. This is an Excel sheet. Okay, this entire thing can also be represented by removing the lines and putting up just commas, just putting up some commas along the way. Okay, so you're having commas right over here, then you're having comma between the data as well, and so on and so forth. And that is how you are getting this CSV file, or you're having the exact same Excel sheet, just the entire like rows and columns have been removed and everything has been put up in commas. Okay, so every line, every row that you had inside your Excel sheet is now a row inside the CSV sheet, just separated by commas. That's it. So if you had like 50 rows in your Excel sheet, you will have 50 rows in your CSV sheet as well. Now if you are having 10 data in each of those rows, then in the CSV sheet you are having 10 data but just separated by commas. So you are getting this CSV sheet, and we are going to use this CSV sheet as our data set. Okay, this is the data set that we are going to use, and this data set is basically a data set of Pokemon. Okay, I hope that most of you are very familiar with Pokemon, so I took up this data set so that it becomes a bit fun as well. So you're having like ID, species, so like what species it's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Warthol, Blastoise. So we have taken this entire data about the different Pokemons that we have: generation ID, height, weight, base experience, type 1, type 2, HP, attack, defense, speed, special attack, special defense, all that we have taken up right over here. Okay, we have taken up right over here. Okay, and the next thing that we need to understand is, so once this has been completed, so this is our data set. Okay, we have learned how to save the data set as well. We have saved the data set as well. The next thing that we have to look at is the notebook that we have to use. Okay, so as you are able to see, again, this is the video. Down in the description of the video itself, you are able to see notes. Okay, you are able to see notes. Just click on this particular link, guys. You will be able to see the notebook that we are going to utilize for our today's class. Okay, this is the notebook that we are going to utilize for today's class. Okay, so as you're able to see, all the notes and everything has been put up properly right over there. I'm having a small assignment for you guys as well today. I will be asking this question tomorrow. Again, it's not compulsory to finish up an assignment, but if you want to learn more about something, try to do that. Try to search for it, try to understand it. So I'm just like there's just one thing that I haven't included in this notes, because I wanted to ask this to you guys to do it on your own. Okay, just one statement, just to find some examples. So when we'll be like reaching there, I will be letting you guys know. Okay, so right over here, this is the notebook that we are going to utilize today. Okay, we are going to start with making graphs and everything. There's some basic stuff that we are going to do today. Again, it will be very easy, guys. Don't worry about it. Everything I will be explaining to you from the utmost scratch. Okay, those who are coming up late in today's class, I've already covered how to get the data set, how to save the data set. Okay, once you have saved the data set, if you're going to your downloads, okay, going to your downloads, you will be able to find this pokemon.csv file. Okay, you will be able to find this pokemon.csv file. Let me just increase the size. As you're able to see, we are able to get this pokemon.csv file right over here that we have already saved. Okay, so you can just rewatch the video again to get how to know how to save this particular file. Okay, now this particular notebook that we are going to use, let us open that up right now. So again, you have to go to Collab. Okay, you have to go to Collab. Once I went to Collab right over there, okay, whatever website that opens up, we are going to create our new notebook that we are going to utilize. So let Collab just open up for a minute or two. Okay. I have a question of Bootstrap. Should we just copy paste the toggler part or understand as a beginner? You should understand it, guys. When you're dealing with Bootstrap, although the technical term is like going to the documentation, understanding the documentation and then taking the code from right over there. It's not that just copy pasting the code, then you are not able to understand how to make changes in that. So try to understand it as well, guys. Okay, then go to file. Once I opened up Collab, go to file. Okay, then go to open notebook. Okay, then go to open notebook, file, and then open notebook from right over here. Again, do not code along with me. Listen to me very carefully. You will be skipping out on stuff. You will not be able to understand anything if you are coding along with me. So please try to listen to me as much as possible, guys. Once I went right over there, you have to go to GitHub. Okay, then the URL of the notebook, the URL of the notes that is present down in the description of the video, you have to copy that URL. Okay, then you have to go back to the Collab, select GitHub, remove Shape AI from right over here and paste the link of the notebook. Place the link of the notebook right over here. Okay, then click on search. Okay, Diksha, the notes are down in the description of the video. I've already showed you guys. Okay, Hiba, Habiba and Diksha, please try to listen to me properly. This is the video that you are currently watching. Are you able to see this? This is the video that you are currently watching. Just go down in the description of the video. You will be able to find notes as well as the data set. We've already discussed this, notes and the data set right over here, guys. Okay, so notes, we are able to click from right over here and able to get the notes that we are going to utilize. Okay, Okay, so now we have opened up the entire thing on our collab as well. Now to start the collab, we need to click on connect button. Okay, so we're just going to click on connect. It will allocate us the resources, connect to us, initialize it, and then it will be connected in a second or two. Okay, so give it a time, guys. Okay, so this is what we are going to do today, guys. In the first half, we will be learning about data visualization a bit, just an introduction. This is the notebook that we are going to use. And in the second half, we are going to learn about what is data analyst and what is data scientist and how can you become one. What are the different things that you need to learn to be able to qualify or become a software engineer as well, using data science as the path of learning. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Thank you so much, Gani Edits. Okay. Okay, so can we get started, guys? Please let me know. Can we get started? Please let me know, guys. Can we get started, guys? Please do let me know. Amazing, 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 amazing. So let's get started right away, guys. Okay. Whatever I'm telling you guys, please try to understand it as much as possible. Okay, listen to me carefully. I'll be having one assignment for you guys as well. Do to try to do that. Okay. Initially it will be a bit theoretical in nature because of course anything that you're starting, it needs to start with the theory to concrete your basics on that, and then we'll go into the practical stuff as well. Okay, so we will do line by line. Let's get started. Okay, so data visualization. If you work on any data, okay, or if you work with any data at the end of the day, whether it be through a business that you're running, whether it be through machine learning, artificial intelligence, whether it be you working in a particular industry, at the end of the day, you are going to know how to put different visualizations together. Visualizations serve two purposes in the data analysis process. First of all, visualizations can be used to analyze the data from your end. When you are looking at a data, okay, when you're looking at a data like what we have given to you, just a second. So this is the data set that we have given to you. Are you able to understand anything with this? Are you able to understand this data? Like there are how many like Pokemons? 807 Pokemons are there right over here. 807 Pokemons. Are you able to understand anything via this data? No. So you'll be deploying two specific tools to be able to explore and understand the data for yourself. Okay, the first one will be statistics to be able to understand that, and the second one would be visualizations. So these many number of Pokemons are having a height and weight above this particular level. These many Pokemons are having the attack and defense to this particular level, and so on and so forth. So you'll be using visualizations to be able to understand the data itself. Okay. Okay, they can also provide you an intuition about the structure of the data in addition to answering your research questions. So for example, if you create a hypothesis that okay, so Charizard is the most powerful Pokemon in the entire like scenario or something like that, maybe like the evolved form of Bulbasaur, what was its name? Do anyone remember the evolved form of Bulbasaur? Megasaur? I don't know. I forgot the name. Evolved form of Bulba. Ivysaur. And then there was one more above that as well, I guess. Venusaur. Venusaur. No, Venusaur. Yeah, so Venusaur. Let's take that as Venusaur as well. So maybe Venusaur is much more powerful than Charizard. So your hypothesis might be proved wrong. So you'll be using statistics. You will be using different type of like visualization tools to get answers to these questions. Okay, that is your aim of using data visualizations. That is your first aim. Okay, the second thing in which visualizations can help is to cover your insights, to convey your insights to other. Now what is better, okay, reading a storybook or watching a movie? Okay, how will you be able to understand like a particular scenario, a particular theme in a better manner? Watching a movie is much more convenient and much more easy to grasp while compared to like just reading that book. Just think about it. If you're watching Inception 2 times, you'll be able to understand that movie. But the same thing if I had written in a book, you would never be able to understand it because it will become very complicated. That is where visualizations always like any visual tool is always better to be able to grasp and understand things. Okay, so you will be able to convey your insights to other through exploratory and explanatory plots. By generalizing new visualizations or polishing and refining plots created during exploration, you can easily show to others what you have found in your analysis. A good visualization can communicate your finding very quickly and very perfectly as well. Now just think about it. When you are working for a particular company, you might want to produce results for different people. Okay, so for example, you are having the sales data. Let's consider that you are a data analyst at a particular company and you are having the sales data with you. Now you want to convey your analytics to different people. Now different people require different kind of knowledge from that sales data as well. Maybe the immediate team lead may just want the analysis for his team itself. Okay, my team was able to make this much amount of sales. This was the target set for them. Have we reached our target? By what we fall short of the target? When was the sales high? When was the sales low? So that would be something that a team lead would need. Maybe the MD of the company or the CEO of the company would want the sales data for the entire year for all the different teams that are working for him. And for that, he might want the data about like the entire company in general. And that could also be very different. Now, the investors would want the revenue. So maybe the CEO wants to know about the profit, not just the revenue generated. Okay, the investors want to know about the revenue generated in general. Okay, so all these different people need different information that you have to give out. So you will have to make different plots, different visualizations to be able to convey these different informations to them at any point of time. And that is where data visualizations come into place. The second use of data visualizations come into place. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Also guys, there are some people who are joining late, so if there are any questions that you guys are able to know the answer to, like for example, where is the dataset, where is the collab link, where is the notebook or something like that, try to just help them out. Okay, because like then I will be able to focus much more on the teaching aspect rather than handling that kind of doubts. Okay, and those who are joining late, don't ask me to repeat it. If you are in the class, you have not understood it, you want me to repeat something, write exactly what you have not understood. Okay, don't write, just repeat it. Okay, because I know that you are joining late. Okay, so I've already said everything. You haven't listened to it. If you are wanting me to repeat something, write the exact thing that you are not able to understand. Okay, so for example, I was not able to understand, let's say, visualization for different people. Why do I need to create visualization for various people? So just write that like properly. Okay, so CA student, who is it helpful for me? Aman, if you want to make a career in like analysis, data analysis, then yes, of course, like I always say, like companies don't care from which background you are. If you're having the right skill set and the right knowledge, these companies will be hiring you. Okay, okay, great. So again, guys, I repeat the first use of visualization. The first use of visualization is to, for example, a data set has been given to you. Okay, this data set has been given to you. You need to first understand that data for yourself. I'm not able to understand this data for myself. How will I be able to provide like some information to someone else? So you can use, so these numbers are of no use to me. I can make some graphs. I can try to understand, okay, 50 like 50 Pokemons are from like the grass type, 50 Pokemons are from fire type, 20 Pokemons of the from the bug type. Okay, I can use these graphs to be able to understand this data set for myself. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over there, guys. Now we need to understand one more concept that is very important for us to understand. What is tidy data? okay, or clean data or pre-processed data. There are various names for that, but the main name, the original name for this was tidy data. Okay, so usually it is expected from your that your data is organized in some kind of tidy format. Okay, so for example, looking around my room, it's really very shabby. Okay, you need to keep your things organized at any point of time to be able to use it. You need to keep things tidy. The same thing goes on for your data analytics process as well. In short, okay, so that is what we are trying to understand right over here. What does a tidy data mean? Okay, in short, a data set is tidy. Okay, a data set is tidy where it is in a tabular format where each variable is a column, each observation is a row, and each type of observation unit is a table. Okay, so many of you must have learned about let's say Excel at any point of time, like tables and columns and rows. So having a data in which you can arrange everything in each table. Okay, in each table you are having rows at any point of time, and each data you are having columns having different variables. Okay, for example, right over here, if we are seeing this particular data set, you are having individual columns. So for ID you are having one column, for species you are having one column. So these are all variable names, these are all variables. Generic ID you are having general ID, genetic. Okay, what is I have written right over here, something right I have written right over here. This is also one of the columns. Height you are having one column, weight you are having the one column, type you are having one column, and so on and so forth. So your data can be represented first of all as columns. Okay, your data can be represented in columns. The second is each of the Pokemons have its very own row. Each Pokemon has its very own row. So if we're able to organize the entire data inside of columns and rows, okay, that is the first thing about tidy data. The next is you can have multiple tables as well. So for example, this is one of the table right over here. Okay, this is one table right over here that is made in this particular format. You can have another table as well. You can have multiple tables. You can have 3 tables. Okay, each of them having its very own number of rows and columns. Each of them having its very own number of rows and columns right over here. Okay, so these are like different Excel sheets. These are like different Excel sheets right over there. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So each of these are called as tables. Each of these are called as tables, and each of these tables, the data has been organized into columns and rows. Okay, into columns and rows. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great, amazing, guys, amazing. Let's move back and let's see some of the examples right over there. Okay, so for example, each variable forms a column. We are having 2 tables right over here, a table called as patients, okay, and a table called as treatments. Okay, a table called as patients and a table called as treatments right over here. Each of the variable forms a column. So patient ID, name, age, patient ID, drug, dose. Right over here you are able to see that each of the variable forms a unique column right over there. Okay, then each observation forms a row. So for example, the patient 101 has Guan Paris, that is having the age of 26. 102 Jane Citizen, that is having 43. 103 Kawasi Mensa, that is having 75. Okay, and so on and so forth. So each of the observations form a row as well. Okay, the next thing that is there is each observational unit forms a table. So you are having 2 tables right over here. This is the patients table that contains the patient data. This is the treatment table that contains the treatment data. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know. And this is what makes a tidy data set. Okay, this is what makes a tidy data set. Okay, now this is an example. Next image depicts the same data but in one representation of a non-tidy format. Okay, there are various representations of non-tidy format. This is just one example. Okay, the drug A, drug B and drug C column should form one drug column. Since this is one variable, the entire table should be separated into 2 tables, a patient table and treatments table. So we are not doing that. So this is an example of a non-tidy data set. are able to see that in each of the rows, okay, although we are having columns, although we are having rows, but some of the data is missing in this. Some of the data is missing in this, and this is what is called as a non-tidy data set, in which you cannot utilize this particular data set. You have to know, okay, what is drug B, what is drug C. There should be some value. It should be either 0, at least put 0 right over there if there's no value. Okay, so if there is no value right over there, if there is no value, it's none. Okay, in that particular case, that will be considered as a non-tidy data set. Okay, this is not an example of a non-tidy data set. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great, amazing, guys, amazing. So while the dataset provided to you in this particular program will be tidy, in practice you might need to perform some tidying work, or this is called as pre-processing work, before you can move on to this particular stage, that is data visualization and the exploration stage. Okay, you should be comfortable with reshaping your data or performing data transformations to split or combine features in your data. So all this is basically the part of data wrangling stage. Okay, this thing is in data analysis process is called as the data wrangling stage. Right now we have directly moved on to data exploration. Okay, but getting data from like real sources, maybe sensor data, maybe some of the sensors weren't working in your IoT network, maybe getting data from internet, maybe getting data from some website, maybe getting data from a database. You might get data that is non-tidy at the end of the day. It's your responsibility to be able to convert it into a tidy data, and that process is called as data wrangling. Okay, I will be when we'll be moving, so in the second half I will be dealing with this, that what is the data analysis process and how can you learn all these things, and what is the process of becoming a data analyst, scientist, engineer, or a software engineer at the end of the day. So I will be dealing with this, but right now in this bootcamp we will just be moving towards like the exploration stage, and we will be giving you a data set. We have already given you a data set, that is a tidy data set itself, guys. Okay, so let's move on from right over here. The 4 levels of measurement. In order to choose an appropriate plot type or method for the analysis of your data, so you will have different questions, maybe related to a particular column or maybe related to an entire data set in general. So how to choose which particular plot should you use for that? So how would you choose between a line plot, a blocks plot, bar plot, any type of different plots, histogram or something like that? How would you choose the right plot to be able to do something, to be able to visualize something? Okay, to be able to do that, you need to understand the types of the data that you have. One common method divides the data into 4 levels of measurements. Okay, so right over here we are going to understand that 4 levels of measurements that we can have. Okay, the first one is the qualitative or categorical type, that is the non-numerical type data itself. Okay, that is qualitative or categorical type, that is non-numeric type of data. There are 2 classifications in that is the nominal data and the ordinal data. The nominal data are pure labels without any inherent order. Okay, that is you're having A, B, C, D. Oh, not A, B, C, D. Like you are having gender, like male and female, marital status. You are having your single, it's complicated, married, okay, in a relationship, breakfast items or some type of item. It's like onion, potato, pizza, burger. These are type of like categorical data itself. These are categorical data where the labels have no inherent order between them. You cannot say that male, female, or some other transgender or some other particular gender. One gender is having some order, like male is much more better than female, or female is much more better than male, or transgenders are the best. Okay, you cannot say that. Okay, you cannot say that. There is no inherent order between these labels. You cannot say that burger is better than pizza. You cannot say that being single is better than being in a relationship. Okay, so it basically depends. Okay, that you can say, like you can think about it, that yes, being single is better, but on paper there's no difference. This is just like a state of being. Okay, so nominal data are like labels without any inherent order. Nominal data is basically labels without any inherent order between them. Ordinal data, on the other hand, are labels with inherent order or ranking. For example, you are having your grades that you are able to get: A plus B, B plus C, C plus D. So Yes, these are also labels, but there is some inherent order between them. A plus is the best. F is that you are failing at the very end. So there's some inherent order. Okay, maybe survey rating that this particular glass is rated as quality glass, quality 101. Okay, so that is the best quality of glass that is available. I don't know how glass are rated, but like I'm just taking it up an example. Maybe you are taking up the quality of gold. 24 karat gold is the most like best quality gold that is available. Maybe like diamonds have also a quality inside of it. Okay, quality rating inside of it as well. Okay, so you are having the nominal and the ordinal data. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Okay, emotional damage for many people who thought that relationships are much better than being in a single state of mind. Okay, like there are times when it would be better, but there are times when it's like, shit, why did I even enter into this? Just contemplating about every single existence and everything. Okay, no issues. So some fun is always needed so that we are able to keep things lively. Okay, okay. No, sir, please repeat. Karthi has not understood it. That's the point. You need to be in a relationship to be able to understand it. Okay, so nominal data is basically having labels, okay, like gender, marital status, breakfast items, any type of item in general. That is, these are labels. These are not numerical values. These are labels itself, and they don't have any inherent order. Nothing is better than anything else. Like both male and female have the same like priority. Male, female, transgender, anything has the same priority at the end of the day. Ordinal data is also labels. These are also letters. These are also some type of like text itself, not numbers that are basically having some kind of order between them. So, for example, your grades, A plus, B plus. So these are having some levels. So A is better than having C. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is the difference between nominal data and ordinal data. The next is the quantitative or numeric type data itself. That's the quantitative or numeric type data. Now again, there the data has been divided into interval data and ratio data. Now this is something that I'm giving you an like assignment task. Okay, this particular thing to be able to understand what is an interval data and what is a ratio data. I want you guys after this particular class is over to go to Google, search for it, try to understand it, watch some YouTube videos, watch some articles, try to understand the examples, and come back to me tomorrow with the answer about what is the difference between an interval data and a ratio data. This is something that is a bit complicated. Okay, you will think that both of them are same, but why is like one divided into the other? Okay, just look at the examples, try to understand it. Okay, this is your assignment for today. Please write it down somewhere. Please try to do this, although I will not be able to check it at any point of time, but this is something that you are doing for your own knowledge. If you're here to gain knowledge, if you're here to like broaden your scope of understanding things, then please try to do this. Okay. Nico and I'm also in the same state of mind, guys. Okay, so right over here, interval data and ratio data. Please try to do that. Okay, please try to do it as an assignment, guys. Okay, this is for the numeric type data. Okay, it is very easy. Try to just like devote like 15 to 20 minutes and you will be able to understand it. Okay, great, guys, amazing. Okay, all the quantitative type variables can also come into two varieties. Okay, quantitative type is basically numeric type data. So you will be learning about interval data and ratio data. Please try to do that. It's very important. But there is one more difference. Okay, one more type of variety that can be present for the numeric type data. Okay, that is your discrete and continuous. Okay, that is your discrete and your continuous data. Discrete quantitative variables can only take a specific set of values at some maximum level of precision. For example, books, number of pages in the book. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4. You cannot have 1.5 page in a particular book. Okay, in the new book, okay, of course, if you're giving it to your dog, it would be very difficult to find out how many pages are there in the book itself. But like, yeah, in a normal book, it is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're having discrete numbers. Okay, it can only be like there's a precision that is there. 1, 2, 3. You cannot have 1.5 pages in the book. Okay, trees in a yard. You cannot have 1.5 tree in the yard. There's like 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 tree, so on and so forth. Number of dogs in a coffee shop. If you are not a serial killer who is killing the most adorable like animal in the entire world, okay, then if you are going to a normal dog-based shop, coffee shop itself, you'll be able to see that there are 4 dogs, 5 dogs, 6 dogs, there are 3 golden retrievers. So I personally have a golden retriever. Her name is Susie, and like she's. Okay, so again, if you're not a serial killer, if you're a normal human being, you will be able to count the dogs. You cannot have 1.5 dog. Okay, you cannot have 1/4 dog. Okay, that is just not possible. The next is your continuous quantitative variables. Okay, continuous quantitative variables. Okay, take on any values of any precision. You can have a height of 182.5678 centimeters. For example, my height is 182 centimeter. So you will like, of course, you can put it up as just 182 centimeters, but you can have the precision as well. You can have 182.5678 in centimeters itself. Okay, you can have the age. You can define the age of a particular person in the matter of like seconds, milliseconds, nanoseconds, and create a particular, like, you can have the precision as any point. Okay, you can have the income as like this particular person has like an income of 562 rupees 0.5682 paisa, okay, or something like that. So these are continuous quantitative variables where the value can range. Okay, the value can range between any decimal points as well. Okay, any number of decimal points. So that is the difference between discrete, where you can only take some levels. Okay, there are some levels 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas continuous can take any value between 1 and 2 as well. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know. So I will I will have a meeting with Susie tomorrow. So tomorrow I will bring Susie in for the boot camp as well if you guys want. I'll just bring her in and I will you can meet her as well. But she's mine, so be careful when you're talking to her. Okay. Again, I'm just repeating myself. Discrete means like 1, 2, 3, 4. There are just steps. You can take the values between these steps itself. Whereas quantitative values basically means that you can take any value between 1 and 2 as well. For example, 1.5678 or something like that. So that is where you are having continuous values. So discrete and continuous is something that you've already studied in physics as well. So when you're studying digital and the analog, okay, that is basically where you have studied discrete and continuous. So that is a particular concept that you already studied in maths as well as physics before this. Okay. No, she will definitely bark. I know her. Okay. Okay. Now, once we have understood the concepts that are there related to the numbers and everything, the theoretical part, we can now get started with the coding aspect of this as well. Shall we get started, guys? Please let me know. Shall we get started, guys? Please let me know. Okay, so first of all, we need to import some of the different libraries that we are going to use while doing the coding. Okay, so we have already learned about NumPy. Import NumPy as NP. We know NumPy is basically based off numerical Python and it is used for this matrices and everything. Now, if you have looked at an Excel sheet, it also looks like a huge matrix. Okay, that is where you will be using NumPy to be able to perform different type of addition, subtraction, and different type of mathematical computations that you want to do. The first thing that we are importing is import NumPy and assigning it a nickname that is NP. Okay, the next thing that we are going to import is pandas. Now, pandas is again a library in Python that is used to handle different data sets. Okay, the data set that is .csv file we need to interpret that file. Okay, Python needs to understand that file. Python needs to have some tools that is able to operate on those files itself, to perform different functions on those files itself. So you will be using pandas right over there. We will be learning pandas as we use. So I will be explaining you how we are using pandas, but just try to understand this. We need to understand how to, so Python needs some tools so that it is able to operate on those CSV files, to be able to understand those CSV files. And that is where pandas come into place. Okay, that is again a library of Python. The next is import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Okay, again, as PLT basically means we are giving it a nickname, and Matplotlib and Seaborn are the two visualization packages, visualization libraries that are present in Python. Both matplotlib.pyplot as well as Seaborn are used to create different type of charts. Okay, the visualizations that you want to create, you use matplotlib.pyplot as well as Seaborn to be able to do that. Okay, now matplotlib.pyplot is very like think about it as a supercar. Okay, it's like a supercar. Matplotlib.pyplot, like it will have like 15,000 buttons right over there, and like just think about it like the cockpit of like Lamborghini. You have, if you have ever seen the cockpit of Lamborghini or something like that, or the cockpit of like an aeroplane. Okay. If you have ever seen the cockpit of a particular airline, as you're able to see, there are like thousands of buttons right over there. You can control almost every single thing from these buttons itself. That is how like matplotlib.pyplot functions. It's very complicated, but it gives you the entire freedom to like change anything that you want. Okay, it gives you a freedom of like having these buttons, having the functions that you can do anything with that. Okay, whereas if you see the Seaborn library, the Seaborn library is just like your normal car, an automatic car in general. Like you just have the normal, like you want to drive, you want to put it into neutral, you want to put it into reverse, and just like a brake and an accelerator, that's it. Both of them can help you travel from one place to other, but using Seaborn is much more easy when compared to matplotlib.pyplot. But we will be seeing both of them, guys. Okay, we will be seeing both of them right over there. The next is this magic line. This is called as magic code. Okay, this is basically telling matplotlib that whatever you want to create, whatever like what do you say, visualizations that you are create, put it up in the console. We want to see those visualizations as well. Okay, whatever you want to create, you want to see those visualizations in our collab. Okay, so that is this particular basic line. Then matplotlib that inline, that I want to see everything that you are building. Okay, here in this particular Google collab code itself. Okay, that is what we want to do right over there. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we need to upload our data set. So on the left hand side, you will be able to see a file like structure. On the left hand side in the middle, as you're able to see, I'm able to see this file like structure right over there. Okay, inside the sample data, okay, I'm having some sample data as well. So I'm not going to utilize that. I'm going to upload a new file. I'm going to upload a new file. To upload a new file right over here, I just want to click on this particular upload button. Okay, I want to click on this particular upload button. So Seaborn basically handles the inline on its own. Like I said, Matplotlib has a lot of different switches that you have to turn on to be able to use it. Seaborn is like your normal automatic car. So for Matplotlib, you have to write %matplotlib inline, but for Seaborn, you don't have to do that. Seaborn already handles it for you. Okay, so right over here you want to upload the CSV file so that you are able to use it. So first click on this particular file button. Okay, arey yaar, this particular person is back again. Let me just tell Devesh to be handle that. Hey Devesh, there's somebody in the live chat who's again writing shit, so just like look into it. Okay, thanks so much. People are not here for studying, man. I feel very disappointed looking at these people, what they have done with their life. Okay, let's continue from right over here. So we need to upload. So to be able to use that Pokemon.csv file, we need to upload it. We are just clicking on this particular upload to session storage link right over here, and then going to downloads and just choosing the Pokemon.csv file. Okay, we want to choose the Pokemon.csv file. We are going to open it up. Okay, reminder, uploaded files will get deleted when this runtime is recycled. Okay, so we have, as you're able to see, we have uploaded the Pokemon.csv file right over here. Okay, I have uploaded this Pokemon.csv file from right over here. So we are copying the path to this file. So just click on this particular three buttons on the right side of this particular Pokemon.csv file. On the right side of this Pokemon.csv file, click on this particular three buttons. You'll be able to see download, rename file, delete file, and you want to click on copy path. Okay. You want to click on this particular copy path right over here. Once you have done that, you can close this and you can remove everything from right over here in between this quotation marks and paste the copied path that you have copied from right over there. Again, just like repeating it because the flow of the class was disturbed a bit. You have to click on this particular file button on the left hand side of your screen. Okay, once you have clicked on that, you want to select this particular upload file, upload to certain session storage from right over there. You want to upload the Pokemon.csv file. Once you have done that, you will be able to see Pokemon.csv right over here. You want to click on this particular three buttons on the right hand side of Pokemon.csv. Click on copy path. Whatever you have copied from right over there, you want to remove everything from here and paste the copied path. Okay, remove everything and paste the copied path in between these quotation marks. Okay, that is what we want to do. Now what we have done right over here is we have used PD. If you remember, PD was basically the shorthand notation or the code name or the nickname for pandas. So we are using pandas.read.csv to be able to understand. Okay, to be able to understand. So this is a CSV file. We need to understand the CSV file. For that we are using the read.csv function of the pandas library. Okay, we are going to use the read.csv function. As the name suggests, it's very easy that we are basically trying to read the CSV file. Okay, and we are saving it inside a name, inside a variable name called as Pokemon. So we are renaming our file as Pokemon right over here. PD, as you're able to see, is the nickname of pandas. PD, as you're able to see, is the nickname of pandas. So let's import all the libraries from right over here. Okay, now once you have like read CSV, once you have read the CSV and saved it into a Pokemon, I want to get some idea about the, like, what are the number of rows and columns present inside of this particular dataset. Okay, you want to get to know the number of rows and columns present in this dataset. So we already know dot shape. We have already learned it in your NumPy. If you remember it correctly, shape basically gives us the number of rows and columns in this dataset. Okay, in this dataset, how many number of rows and columns are there? And then Pokemon.head will basically print out the first 5 lines of our Pokemon dataset. Okay, Pokemon.head will print out the first 5 lines of first 5 rows of our Pokemon dataset right over here. So let's run this particular line of code. As you're able to see, we are having 14 columns and 807 rows. We are having 14 columns and 807 rows. Now again, Devesh Vishwakarma, let me just introduce him in the live chat. He is currently there. He is a blockchain engineer. He has previously worked in companies like Reliance and Deloitte, and is an amazing guy. Okay, very knowledgeable person. So just give him a hi. Okay, so Pokemon shape basically gives you the shape of your dataset. That is 807 rows and 14 columns. 807 rows and 14 columns right over there. Okay, then you're having Pokemon.head. Pokemon.head basically gives you the first 5 rows. Okay, gives you the first 5 rows inside your data set. Okay, so as you're able to see, these are the first 5 rows. So you're having the ID. So as you're able to see, this is your data set. This is what pandas has interpreted from your CSV file. This is what pandas has interpreted from your CSV file. You're having ID as 1 2 3 4 5, species Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Chameleon, generation ID, height, weight, base experience, type 2, HP, attack, defense, speed, special attack, special defense. Everything is given to us right over here. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, guys. How can we print more rows? For example, you don't just want, so default value or if using Pokemon.head will print just 5 rows for you. If you're using the default value of just printing a Pokemon, like just you want 5 rows itself, you are using Pokemon.head. So the default values is 5 rows. If you want to print 20 rows, let's assume that you want to print 20 rows. So you just have to specify 20 in between the head. Just have to specify 20 in between the head right over here. The default value is head means just the top part, so it is just giving you the top 5 rows by default. You want to print top 20 rows, it's just writing 20 right over here and will print out the first 20 rows for you. Is it able to see? It will print out the first 20 rows for you. Okay, so that is how you can like print more rows, but like it becomes very big. You just want to see if everything is loading properly, so we just like put up like 5 rows itself. Okay, just by default we make it 5 rows because we don't want like 20 rows. Why to fill up your entire thing? You know what the data set is and you will not be able to understand anything by looking at 20 rows. Okay, so don't worries in that. That's why we have the default value of Pokemon.head set to 5. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is we are going to start off with our first visualization tool, that is bar charts. Okay, we are going to start off with our first visualization tool, that is bar charts. Now I assume that everybody is familiar with bar charts. This is something that you have studied in like your like I don't know 3rd, 4th, 5th standard. I don't know, like the normal bar charts that you've studied in your childhood. That's the exact bar chart way that we are going to build. So I think so I don't need to define what a bar chart is. Okay, do let me know, guys. Do I need to define what a bar chart is? Like the same bar chart, the same bar chart that you have learned in your childhood. Are you very familiar with this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys very familiar with this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys very familiar with bar charts so that I'm able to directly start with like making you understand the code and everything? Or do I need to like tell you guys what a bar chart is? Okay, great. So everybody is very familiar with bar chart. Amazing, guys. Amazing. So let's understand from right over there. Okay, a bar chart is used to depict the distribution of a categorical variable. So for example, how many number of grass type Pokemons are there? So there are 50 grass type Pokemons. How many number of fire type Pokemons are there? 20 fire type Pokemons. How many number of like water type Pokemons are there? Like 40 water type Pokemons. So that is how in bar charts each level of the categorical variable is depicted with a bar. So this is something that you already know, whose height indicates the frequency of data points that take on that particular level. Okay, as simple as that. So basically you are counting the number of existence of that particular categorical variable. What is a categorical variable? Which has categories. A variable that has categories inside of it. For example, if you are taking up the generation ID, okay, if you are taking up the generation ID, there are 7 generation IDs. Okay, let's look at right over here Pokemon, and let's take up the head as 40. Let's run this. So 40 is also something that not able to give us. Let's take it up as 100 right over here. I'll just print out the entire stuff. Okay, so we're able to see, because from right over here we are not able to see it very clearly, but generation ID starts from 1 and it goes up till 7. Okay, so there are various different. So this is a categorical variable. This is a categorical variable where it is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has 7 categories. It has 7 categories. So such type of variable is called as a categorical variable. Another example of categorical variable is the type 1 variable. Okay, so type 1 is again a categorical variable where the categories are grass, fire, water, and so on and so forth. So you're having different categories right over here that will be defined as a categorical variable. Okay, so bar charts is basically used to print out how many categories, how many like existence of each category is there in our data set, how many each type of category is there in our data set at any point of time. So right over here we are having SB, that is our Seaborn. Okay, if you remember, we have named our bar chart as Seaborn right over here. So import Seaborn as SB. Okay, so we are going to use SB.countPlot bar charts because it's like you're counting the number of existence of each of these categories. You're counting the number of existence of each of those categories. Hence, it is called as a count plot in Seaborn. A bar chart is called as a count plot in Seaborn. Now, so you want to print out a count plot itself. Next is you're having the data. Which data do you want to use? Which data set do you want to use? You want to use the Pokemon data set that we have created right over there. Okay, the Pokemon data set that we have created right over here. We want to use the Pokemon data set. Okay, so data is equals to Pokemon. What is the X? Okay, on the X, you are having the categories. On the X, you are having the categories. On the Y axis, you are having the number of counts. Okay, on the X, you are having the categories. On the Y axis, you are having a particular number of counts right over there. Okay, so you are using Pokemon, comma, X, that is on the X axis you want to have the generation ID. You want to count the number of categories in the generation ID. Okay, you want to have the number of categories in the generation ID. Now for those who are getting blurred, again this is a YouTube video. I'm able to understand many of you are using YouTube for the very first time. Okay, you can just click on the 3 buttons on the top right corner of your YouTube video, and that you can then go to quality, and that you can go to advanced, and you can increase the quality of your video to 1080p. Okay, you will be able to see everything very clearly. Okay, so you're having sb.countPlot data is equals to Pokemon. That is the data set that you want to use, and on the x-axis you want to use the column. So this is the column name, guys. Okay, generation ID should be the exact same as the column name. Okay, on the column name itself. So x is equals to generation ID right over here. I'm running this particular line of code. As you're able to see, we are getting it on our x-axis as the generation ID and the count on our y-axis. You guys able to understand this? Please let me know. If we are changing this to y, let us see what happens. We are getting the exact same thing, but now generation ID is on the y-axis and the count is on the x-axis. That's the only difference that we are having. Okay. Now, if you want to count the type 1 dataset, so let's keep it up as, because normally when you are creating a like plot, you will be having the like categories on the x-axis. Let's change it to type 1. So let's copy paste it from right over here. Let's copy type 1 from right over here. Let's go back to our code and replace generation ID with type 1. Okay, let's count the number of types of we are having. So there's a lot of overlapping right over here. So this is something that we'll be discussing tomorrow. How can we avoid this overlapping and this rainbow sort of pattern? All this is something that we will be doing tomorrow onwards. So that is the reason why I started out with the extreme basics. Guys will be discussing everything. So please be very patient. When I'm teaching, we'll be starting off with the utmost basic, guys. Okay, everything we'll be discussing. So please be very patient right over here. Okay, so on the generation ID, as you're able to see, we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are having number of counts as well along with that. Okay, Harsh Kumar Jain, I've already told you guys the magic button below the code that we had. So the percentage Matplotlib inline basically helps you see this plot right over here. That is the reason why that we are having it. Okay, by default, the category is given in a very different manner. Each of these categories have a different manner, and this does not look good at the end of the day. This might come up handy for building associations between the category labels and encoding in plots with more variables. Otherwise, it's a good idea to simplify the plot and reduce unnecessary distractions by plotting all the bars in the same color. Now, for example, if you are able to see right over here, does the generation IDs, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, does it has any kind of precedence over each other? No. Does it has any kind of order between each other? No. Does it has any relationship to each other? No. So why is the that we are able to, like, that we want different colors for each bar? This is not your first class like drawing class that we are coloring the same human being like 50 different colors, or this is not a wrapper that you wanted to be like a colorful polka dots, okay, right over there. You, none of them have any type of precedence over each other. So keeping it of the same color will basically ensure that there is no distractions in the plot, there's no precedence in the plot. Maybe you want to identify, maybe you want to highlight the idea of 4, then you have everything else as like in a single color, only the 4 as a red color itself. There you want to highlight something, okay, that's the reason why we don't want that. Here there is nothing different, so we want everything to be of the same color, we want all the columns to be of the same color. To be able to do that, we'll be using the color palette from SB. We will be using the color palette from SB. Now what is this color palette? Now color palette is basically like so what do you understand by color palette? Can somebody let me know? Like those who are into like drawing and painting, they will be able to understand. Now in normal life, I'm talking about in normal life, not related to coding, not related to coding, not related to Seaborn, nothing like that. What do you understand by a color palette? Can somebody let me know? Again, Abhay Pratap Singh Rawat, that is why we are using collab. And that is why I've told you guys not to code along with me. Okay? Different colors are there in a color palette, a pack of colors, different colors that an artist has. Okay, let's try to just search for it. Okay, COLOR, color palette. Okay, so color palette basically looks like this. Okay, you're having various different colors that you can choose from, and the same thing is what your SB. Okay, the same thing, this color palette is what your SB is providing to you. That is, SB is basically your Seaborn. So Seaborn.color palette basically creates that color palette for you, and you're choosing the first color out of it. Okay, you're choosing the first color out of it. Okay, and that you're saving it in a variable called as base color. Now this first color is blue in color. Okay, the first color is blue in color, and then you are using the same code sb.countplot, data is Pokemon, x equals to generation ID, and you're putting a one more argument right over there, that the color is equals to the base color. The base color is basically the color palette that has been generated by Seaborn, and you're choosing the first color from that. You're choosing the first color from that, and that you are assigning it to your base color. If I'm printing it out, so let's print base color. Okay, let's print shit, what did I do? Let's print up the base color right over here. Okay, if I'm running this particular line of code, as you're able to see, this base color is basically the R, G, and B values. So these R, G, and B values that is there, but like in a toned down fashion. So we don't easily understand what is right over there. So we don't want to understand it as well. Okay, that is the reason why we use libraries like Seaborn that are able to help us do that. Are able to help us do that. I can change the color. I can choose like the first color from that. So that will change the color to orange. Okay, as you're able to see, the first color is blue, second color is orange, the third color is green, red, then purple. So you can change that to any color. Let's take up a purple, pink color. So I'm choosing the number 7 right over there. Okay, so I'm okay. 7 is green color. Okay, let's choose a 5 right over here. Let's see what is the fifth color. We are having brown right over here. You can choose up any color that you want. The only thing is that you want the entire color palette to be the same, because there is no precedence over it. And this is an official document. This is not some color book that you are creating. Right over here, you are using sb.color palette to create the color palette, and then choosing a color from right over there as the base color, and that you are putting up as an argument inside while creating the count plot. While creating and the count plot right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Okay, so the next thing is that the color palette returns a list of the RGB tuples. The color palette returns a list of the RGB tuples, that is red, green, and blue value. So it returns a tuple to you. Each tuple consists of 3 digits specifying the red, green, and blue channel values to specify a color. So every color can be represented by using the R, G, and B values, and that is what the color palette returns. It returns a list of tuples. Guys, please remember this. It returns a list of tuples. So what is color palette? Let's try to print color palette right over here. So print sb.color. Again, you are using color, so this is American English. Okay, it's not a spelling mistake, it's American English right over there. Okay, so let's print color palette right over there. As you're able to see, it returns a list of tuples. It returns a list of tuples where each of the elements is a tuple itself. Okay, and you're able to utilize that color right over here. Okay, so next thing is calling this function without any parameters returns the current or default palette, and we can take the first color out of all the bars. So what you're doing is it returns a list of tuples. Now specifying a number at the end basically takes that particular tuple, and that is what you're using as your color. Okay, let's remove this. We don't require this. Okay, I don't want to save this. I want to just run this right over here. Okay, great. The next thing is, one thing that we might want to do with the bar chart is sort the data in some way. For nominal data type, one common operation is to sort the data in terms of frequency. You want to know which particular category, which particular generation ID has the largest number of Pokemons in it. So you want to sort the data in a particular format. So we can put up right over there. Again, the same question. We are having the base color is equals to sb.color palette, and we are choosing the first color out of it. Gen order is equals to Pokemon dot. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's not start it off from right over here itself. Okay, no issues in that. We'll do this tomorrow. Okay, from here we'll do this tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's first start off with the second half of the class. Okay, so I promised you guys that I will be telling you about data scientists, data analysts, and everything, the career path and everything. Do you want to do that today or tomorrow, guys? Please let me know. Do you want to do that today or tomorrow, guys? Please let me know. Do you want to do that tomorrow or today? Like, if you want, I'm totally free, guys. I'm always ready to help you guys out. Okay. We have time, guys. You also are not doing anything right now. Let's do it today itself. Why do move on to tomorrow? Let's finish it up, and tomorrow we can continue with the coding, because there's a lot that we have to do tomorrow. Okay, so let's do it today itself. Okay, so right over here, you need to understand first of all 2 things. Now, whatever I'm saying this in as if you're learning data science, first of all, if you're learning data science, there is just one path that you can take, that is go up for a job. Okay, that is, it's like one path that is available for you guys, that is you want to go for a job itself. Okay, and that is what I'm saying. And now I'm saying this from a perspective of India. Okay, a country like India. Whatever I'm saying this, it's from a perspective of a country like India, guys. Okay, whatever I'm saying this, please listen to me very properly, because like I said, again, this is not coming from me. Whenever we are creating these programs and everything, we are talking to different companies. We have had almost 4,800 students placed from our behalf into companies like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, every single company. Okay, you can even go to our website and check that. I'm not saying something that will be bullshitting you. I want to make sure that you guys are able to understand, because see, unlike YouTubers, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't want to become a YouTuber at any point of time. Okay, I want to help you guys make sure that you guys are ready for everything. Okay, we have placed students at Microsoft, Gap, Accenture, Google, Amazon, Samsung. We have placed a lot many students in these companies. Okay, and just check them out as well. That is what I'm saying. Like, I have the knowledge about what is important for you guys, and whatever I'm saying right now, you have to take it by word. Okay, if I'm saying C++, if I'm saying Python, that means that language itself. You can just give me 100 different languages, that so why not this, so why not that. This is what the industry wants. Now, if your aim is to get placed, okay, as a data analyst, so I will be discussing that as well. What are the options available to you as a fresher? Okay, now I am able to consider this that most of you are freshers in the college itself. Okay, I'm able to consider this. Most of you would be in your first, second, third, or fourth year. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. See, guys, I don't care. If you want to go, you can go. I want to be here. I want to train you guys. I'm giving you information that nobody will be telling you. I'm giving you this for a fact. Nobody on YouTube will be telling you this because they want to earn money at the end of the day. If they tell you guys that this is the reality of India right now, who will watch their videos? Okay. So, like I said, again, so most of you would be from a first, second, third, fourth year colleges. They might be from like maybe commerce, maybe from electrical, maybe from BCA, BSc, MSc, B or like BTech or like some other like civil, electrical, chemical. So whatever that you are mostly in your college right now. Okay, so you guys are called as freshers. Okay, in the industry we call you as freshers, and I'm talking only on behalf of freshers itself. I'm not talking about something from like who has like 3 or 4 years of experience. That is totally different. You guys will be referred to as freshers. Now for freshers, you might have heard about these terms like data scientist. Okay, data analyst, data engineers, machine learning engineers. You must have heard of software engineers, so SDE, or software development engineers. So these are some of the terms that you must have heard about. Like these are the positions available in the market, the buzzwords that these guys create. Okay, out of this, you can only apply for 3 positions: data analyst, data engineer, and SDE. As a fresher, you can only apply to these 3 positions. A data analyst scientist needs to have at least 2 years of experience as a data analyst to be able to apply for a data scientist position. A machine learning engineer needs to have at least 1 to 2 years of experience as a data scientist. And he needs to have additional experience of 1 to 2 years of a full stack web developer. This is how you will be able to apply for machine learning engineers at data scientist positions. That is what I want to like let you guys know. There are other positions as well, like computer vision expert, NLP expert. Okay, NLP expert is there. Then you are having other branches of machine learning and AI engineer. Okay, AI engineer is there. Okay, all these needs to have at least 3 to 4 years of experience as a data analyst. Okay, in this particular field. Okay, in this particular field. So as a fresher, I'm talking about first year, second year, fourth year, third year, fourth year, from any branch, whether it be mechanical, chemical, civil, electrical, computer science, IT, I don't care about that. Whether you are doing BTech, whether you are doing BSc, MSc, anything, I don't care about that. Okay, these companies, big companies, do not look at what you have done. They only look at, do you have the right skill set? Do you have the right knowledge? If yes, come and work for us. If no, leave the fuck out of here. That is what these companies are basically saying. They don't care about it. Okay, we have got people from MSc who have been placed in Google at a package of 60 lakhs. These companies don't care about it. Okay, they don't care whether they are from chemical and civil. We got students placed in Goldman Sachs who are from chemical. They don't care about it. Okay, so again, for a freshie, you can only apply at data analyst, data engineers, and software development engineer positions only. Okay, the rest is not made for you. These are not made for you guys. Okay, you can go into some small startup like DevTown if you want to join. You can just join a small startup, and yes, for us it's not difficult. Like, yeah, I just want good talent, so I will just give you machine learning engineer position, but I will be giving you pennies on the dollar because I'm not a big company. So I'm talking about big companies. I'm talking about companies that are paying you 6 lakhs plus annual CTC. These companies won't offer you machine learning engineer, data scientist, computer vision expert, NLP expert, AI engineer. These companies won't offer you that because you are a freshie. These are experts in their fields. These are scientists in their fields. Okay, like I said again, guys, no matter from if you are from BBA, commerce, even from commerce background, we've got students placed in Flipkart. Okay, so like I said, it does not matter. Now, don't tell me every single field like whether I can go from here. Like I said, if you have the right skill set or the right knowledge, you will be able to apply. But you will be able to apply to data analyst, data engineer, or an SDE position itself. Now, what is the career path for that? How are you going to learn it? Let's try to understand that. Now, for a data analyst, data engineer, and an SDE. Now, for all these three positions have the same pathway. Okay, all these three positions have the same pathway. Okay, the same pathway, there's no difference. Once you have done this pathway, you can apply to all the three positions. Okay, all the three positions you will qualify for them. Okay, so let's try to understand what is the process of hiring for these big companies. Firstly, we need to understand how these big companies are hiring. Only then we will be able to understand what we need to study. The first thing that they will be doing is resume based shortlisting. Okay, first they do resume based shortlisting. So first of all, you need to have a good resume. Okay, you need to have a good resume. That is the first step. The second is, if your resume is shortlisted, usually nowadays most of the resumes get shortlisted, you get a coding interview. Okay, you get a coding round. Okay, not an interview, you get a coding test. Okay, you get a link where you have to go and you have to do you will get 3 coding questions and you will have to write the code for them right over there in just 1 hour. So it's like a coding questions that you will get as a test itself. Now that is basically called, you need to learn like this coding test. We'll have like 3 questions in like 1 hour, 2 questions in 1 hour, 1 question in 30 minutes that you'll have to do right over there. If you're qualifying for the coding test as well, sometimes you might have a bit of aptitude, okay, for some companies, but yeah, it's very rare right nowadays. It's mostly like a coding question that you have to solve. Okay, the third step would be the interviews. Now these interviews are arranged in like 2 to 3 different manners. Okay, there will be 3 steps of interviews. This will be like person to person interview right over there. The first one would be your coding interview to check whether you had cheated in the coding test or not. Basically, you might have cheated in the coding test, so they need to check whether you have cheated in the coding test or not. So for that, they have the first interview as the coding interview. The second interview that they are having is the technical interview. This is where they look at your projects. They will be asking you questions related to your projects and everything. And the third interview that is there is your HR interview, or the last interview, the HR interview, where basically they ask you HR based questions like, okay, what do you find yourself in like 5 years, or like why do you want to join this particular company, and these questions like that. These are not technical questions, these are HR based questions. Now for example, in Google there are like 6 technical interviews. Okay, 6 technical interviews round, like 6 interviews that you will have to give before getting to the HR interview. Sometimes people get shortlisted after 2 interviews as well. That depends upon how well you were able to do in the interviews. Now let us look at what are the different things that you need to study about, like before doing this. For a resume, you need to have like good quality resume. Don't have photos. You are not sending a matrimonial like profile to like a company that I want to marry you. Okay, you don't need photos, okay, in your resume. A resume needs to be as generic as possible. Okay, as like I will give you an example of a generic resume. So a generic resume would be something like this. This is how your resume should look like. This is how your generic resume should look like. This is also something like it has a lot of white space and everything. Okay, it should be more concise. Okay, so but yeah, this is how your generic resume should look like almost. Better generic resume that I'm able to get. Okay, so this is a good example of a generic resume. Okay. So as you're able to see, there's not a lot of white space, like the text is a bit bigger on the bigger end. Okay, but this is how you should not have like your profile picture and all those on your resume. It's not a matrimonial profile that you're creating. You're sending a resume to a particular company. It should be professional. There should be no spelling mistakes. You are an idiot if you're having spelling mistakes in your resume. I've seen students making spelling mistakes in their resume. How will it get shortlisted? These companies are getting 47 lakh resumes every single year. They don't have time to sit through all these resumes. They have a resume parser. They have an automated code. Okay, they have an automated code that that goes through all these resumes and shortlists them. Okay, they select 50-60,000 resumes from 47 lakh resumes. So you need to have it as generic as possible, as simple as possible itself, so that that resume parser is able to understand it. Okay, don't make it very fancy with different colors and different like texts and all those kind of stuff. Make it as simple as possible. Nobody's reading through it. Okay, you need to just make sure that that resume parser is able to parse that resume and go further. Okay. Okay, the next thing that is there is the coding test. Okay, The next thing that is there is the coding test right over here. Now for the coding test, you need to prepare competitive programming. You need to do competitive programming right over there. The competitive programming, I will usually suggest you guys to go to Lead Code or Code Chef. Or if you are like pro in Lead Code and Code Chef, then go to Code Forces. Otherwise, you will be demotivated as fuck over there. Okay. Even I personally have never went to Code Forces. Okay. But yeah, if you have done good over Lead Code and Code Chef, then you can definitely go to Code Forces as well. These are places where you have different tests. Okay, you will be working on, like, they will be giving you coding questions and you will have to solve them as well. Okay, and don't go to HackerEarth, HackerRank, GFGs. Like GFG is also like okay sort of structure. I basically prefer Lead Code, Code Chef, and Code Forces. Okay, now HackerEarth and HackerRank, why I'm saying no to those places is because they have questions that a baby can solve. Okay, they have questions that a baby, that basically gives you a false sense of entitlement that yes, I know stuff. You don't know shit. That is not going to be asked. These type of basic questions won't be able to, these won't be asked in the interviews. It will be very difficult. The coding test will be difficult in nature. And HackerEarth and HackerRank basically gives like very easy questions, and you get a false sense of accomplishment that yes, I know shit, but you don't know anything. Okay, so that is the reason why focus on Lead Code and Code Chef. Lead Code for daily practice. Okay, Lead Code for daily practice, and Code Chef for giving the habit of giving exams. Okay, giving the habit of exams. Okay, that okay, in 1 hour I need to solve 3 questions, in 3 hours I need to solve 6 questions. That is where Code Chef comes into place. Lead Code is like daily practice. So for example, for arrays I want to do this, for linked list I want to do this, and so on and so forth. Okay, but to do CP, to do competitive programming, now this is called as competitive programming. To do competitive programming at any point of time, you first need to learn DSA. Okay, and DSA is what will be asked to you in your coding interviews. Okay, they will be asking you pure DSA based questions, data structures and algorithm based questions in your coding interviews. And you need to first learn DSA so that you are able to do CP. It's like DSA is like physics. You are learning physics. You are learning to solve problems right over there. And then CP is like you're daily solving some of the previous year's papers of JEE Mains. You're giving some mock interviews, mock exams of like Resonance and Allen. So that is how you are able to prepare for your final exams. Again, please try to understand, right now in like getting into a company, it's just like a competitive exam, just like JEE Mains and Advanced. It has become like that. Like, you can be the best physicist out there, but if you're not having the entire knowledge about physics, chemistry, and maths, if you're not preparing for JEE Mains and Advanced, you won't be able to complete it. You won't be able to go into IITs and NITs. Okay, that is the point. Right now, these have become exams that you have to crack. Okay, so you need to learn first of all DSA, data structures and algorithms, that will be asked to you in your coding interviews. Also, only after DSA you will be able to do CP. Okay, only after DSA you will be able to do CP. Now, data structures and algorithms and competitive programming, you have to learn only in 2 languages. This you have to do only in 2 languages. You have to choose only between these 2 languages. Okay, you have to choose between C++ and Java. No other language, not JavaScript, not Python, not any other languages. Those are development languages. This is the only 2 languages that you have to choose between. Don't ask me, sir, what about this language? What about that language? No. Only C++ or Java. You have to learn C++ or Java. Choose between them. My suggestion is go with C++. It is a shorthand notation language. It's faster to type because in exams you're given 1 hour to code like 3 questions. So you have to be as fast as possible, like in typing the code. So C++ is a little bit faster to write the code in. Okay, so my suggestion is C++, but you have the option. You can choose between C++ and Java. Okay, once you have learned that particular language, then you have to learn DSA, then you have to learn competitive programming. That should be the entire pathway that you should be following. Now coming to our technical rounds. In our technical rounds, you will be asked questions related to your projects. Okay, so what is machine learning? What is like L1 and L2 regularizations? Why do you want to use data visualizations? What is the data analysis process? Okay, you have used this particular machine learning algorithm, write the mathematical equation for that. Okay, can you explain me what is like SVMs? Okay, support vector machines. What is a Boltzmann constant? You have used Boltzmann's constant in your project. So these type of like things will be asked to you. Explain your project right over here. Why did you create this project? What is the use of this particular project? What is the practical practical implementation of this project. So these type of questions will be asked to you in your technical interviews, and that is where your whatever you are learning about data analyst or data science is basically asked to you. This is where your projects will be looked at, and on the basis of that you're going into the next round. If you're not qualifying the coding interview, you'll never reach the technical interviews. If you're not qualifying the technical interviews, you will never be able to reach the HR interviews. HR interviews, there are some generic questions. Okay, you can just search for examples of HR questions in technical like in CSE based interviews itself. You will be able to get a list of like 50-60 questions. Just read through them properly, formulate like what was a time when you felt that your leadership qualities came into light or something like that. So these type of generic questions will be asked to you right over there. Of course, 90% of the time you will be making up stories, but it's better to make up stories beforehand rather than to go there and think about it. Okay, so that is where you will be having the HR interview. Like I said, if you want to get into a job, you cannot just learn data analysis. If you're just learning data analysis or data science, you will never be able to get a good job, because you need to cross the language that is C++ and then Java. Then you have to go to DSA. Then you have to go to CP. And along with that, you have to work on data analysis as well because of the projects. So all this you have to do at once. All this you have to do at once. Okay, that is the entire point. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, now we need to understand what are the different things. Okay, what are the different things? Because this is already way too much. Learning a language, learning C++ or Java, then learning DSA, then learning competitive programming. And on top of that, we need projects. So what is the least amount of thing that I can do? What is the least amount of thing that I can showcase to the instructor to make sure that I'm getting hired? My only job is to get hired. Okay, my only responsibility is to get hired. Okay, that is the only responsibility that I have. Now it is up to you guys. See, again and again, I always tell this to every bootcamp student that I have. It is up to you to choose whether you want to do musti, whether you want to do like you want to enjoy your life in these 4 years of your college. Okay, that is totally up to you. And then get a placement like in a company like TCS or Infosys where you're getting like 3 lakh rupees in the entire year. Okay, or do you want to like do hard work right now in these 4 years, get into a very good company that is giving you 3 lakh rupees per month and then enjoy the rest of your life? Because you will have to work the exact same in whether you're going into TCS Infosys and earning 3 lakh rupees a year, or whether you're earning 3 lakh rupees a month and going into a good company. For example, right now, Google hired 7 students from us at a salary that was the highest package that we got was 60 lakh rupees per annum. That is what Google offered to our 7 students. Flipkart offered 21 lakhs per annum. This is like huge amount of money. Microsoft offered 48 lakhs rupees per annum. You want to go into such a company, or do you want to go into a company that is giving you 3 lakh rupees per annum? That is totally up to you to understand. Totally up to you. Like you want to do hard work right now, get into a good company, because friends are something that you will get in these companies as well. You'll get better quality friends in these companies who are having the same intellectual knowledge and the same like level of mind as you guys. Don't feel that these companies, when people are going, they are just nerds. Okay, these people are like amazing. I've seen people from big companies coming up to my house. I've seen them behaving like kids. Okay, so you will have great friends over there, but you will have money in the bank as well. You can only enjoy life when you also have the money. Okay, that is a decision up to you. You want to do hard work right now, or you want to just like, certificates don't matter. Like I said, I have a certificate that I had to give 2 lakh to basically get that certificate, and that too, I had to just like give that 2 lakh rupees. So there's a Google certificate that is there. To give that exam, I have to pay 1.5 lakhs. And I failed that examination. To re-give that examination, I had to pay 50,000 rupees more. So I spent 2 lakh rupees on that certificate to be able to get that certificate. And that certificate has no value. That certificate won't give me any jobs. No company is going to be like, "Arey, you have this certificate? Yeah. Come and work for me." Nobody is going to do that. You have this certificate, okay. So let me take up your interview. Okay, this is a particular coding test. Give this particular coding test. I'll ask you questions on the basis of this certificate. That's it. Certificates are having no value. Only your knowledge has the value. Okay. So let's try to understand this. Okay. So what are the different things that you need to learn? So you cannot escape from C++, you cannot escape from DSA, you cannot escape from competitive programming. This is what you have to do. Now, what you can do in data analysis or data science, what can you do right over there? Let's try to understand that. Okay. So we have already created like roadmaps and everything on our website as well. You go to devtown.in, you will be able to go to courses and go to the data analyst industrial training program. You'll be able to download the syllabus from right over there. You'll be able to download the syllabus from right over there. Now here, as you're able to see the industrial training syllabus, data scientist program, we have created this. So in data structures and algorithms, you have to start off with learning C++, of course, then introduction to programming in C. So how to learn C++? If you are concerned with that, we have already like shared everything on our YouTube channel as well. On our YouTube channel, if you are able to go into playlists, we have started creating the entire playlist for C++. Okay, so this is the entire playlist. Like we are continuously pushing more videos as well. This is about like 5.5 hours of entire content on learning C++ from scratch. If you want to start from somewhere, you can definitely do that from right over here. Okay, don't worry, this has been taught by a particular person from Cisco and Barclays. So again, huge like instructors coming right over here to train you guys. Don't worry about it. Okay, we will be releasing 3 videos every single day so that you are able to learn in chunks. Once you've done with C++, then you need to go into DSA and CP. In DSA and CP, the topics are laid out for you right over here. You're having mathematics, bit manipulation, recursion, arrays, searching, sorting, matrix, hashing, strings, linked list, stack, queues, dequeues, trees, BST, heap, graph, greedy algorithms, backtracking, dynamic programming, trie, segment, and binary, index trees, disjoint sets as well. So right over here, these are all the topics that you need to learn in DSA and CP. What about college CGPA and marks? Excellent question right over here. Now, no matter from which branch, no matter from what you are doing, whether you are doing BTech, BSc, MSc, I'm talking about everybody, your CGPA matters. Your CGPA matters. You will say that, sir, I'm applying for a coding job and I am doing my BBA. They are not even related to each other. Why would my CGPA matter to them? Because that shows that whatever task has been given to you along your entire life, were you able to do that seriously? Did you give enough attention to that? It does not matter which branch or which particular program that you are from, but your CGPA matters. It's always a good point to keep your CGPA above 7.5, and it's best if it is above 8.5. Above 7.5, you are in a safe zone. Okay, like it's okayish, and above 8.5, it's good. Okay, you can proceed further. You don't have to think about it. It does not matter from which branch, from which college, from which background that you are from. It does not matter at all. Okay, the only thing matters, CGPA matters, guys. Whoever is telling you guys that CGPA don't matter, he's bullshitting you. He doesn't know what these technical recruiters are looking forward to. I need to get someone who is serious, who is hardworking, and I will be able to see that, yes, along with your studies, you were able to handle everything properly. You are a multitasker. I will select that particular person. 2 students having the same knowledge. One is having a better CGPA than the other. I will choose the better CGPA. The reason for that is that, so from my college, the person with the highest CGPA got the lowest placement, and a particular person with an average GPA also got the highest placement. Both was the case. People with the second highest person went into Google. The second highest person with the greatest GPA went to the Google, but the first highest person went to a very bad company. So you need to have the skills and knowledge, but you need to keep your CGPA to a good level as well. Okay. Okay. So next you want to start off with data science. So what are the different concepts that you need to know, that you need to practice in data science itself? First of all, start with Python. Start with learning Python. If you want resources for learning Python, you can go to this video. So today's notebook that I provided to you guys, you're going right over there, clicking on Python for data science. This is an entire notebook. All these are notes on Python. Every single thing. Okay, we are going to create just like in C++, we are going to release Java next, then we are going to release Python, then we are going to release JavaScript on our YouTube channel. But if you want, you can refer to these notebooks as well. It contains everything that you need to learn in Python. We'll start with data types and operators, control flow, functions, NumPy, then fourth day, where is the day 4? Scripting, then NumPy, pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, data visualization. Everything that you need to know about Python is right over here. You can definitely check that out if you want to learn Python. Okay, again available for free. You don't have to worry about it. So you have to start with data types and operators, control flow, scripting, object-oriented programming in Python. This is something that you have to do. Okay. Next, make some small projects that showcases your skills in that language. You need to make some small projects that are able to showcase your understanding about the concepts, core concepts, or of Python that you have learned. Maybe like a secret message project, like you can go through this particular documentation, take a break project, okay, music website project using Python as the backend. So all that you will have to do it, okay. The next is statistics. If you're going into data analysis, data science basically has data analysis as one of its core components. You need to analyze the data. Data is in numbers. Numbers can be analyzed using statistics. Statistics is something that you need to learn. Constructs, population versus samples, correlations versus causations, hypothesis, experimentation, visualization data, central tendencies, variability, standardizing, normal and sampling distribution, estimation, hypothesis testing, t-test. These are all the different things that you need to know in statistics, guys. Without that, you won't be able to understand most of this stuff. Okay. Now in that as well, for example, we have partnered up with Flipkart and Walmart. So Flipkart took almost 21 students at 21 lakhs package from us this past month, and they have given this particular data set for our students to work upon. Now this is a data set from Walmart. Okay, so Walmart and Flipkart is basically the same company right now, and both of them are hiring from us. So here what they have done is they have given us the Walmart, like an official data set of Walmart that our students work upon to learn statistic concepts on that. Okay, so that is what they have provided. All these different things that I'm telling you, like why to learn statistics, this entire like syllabus is basically what these companies, so companies hire directly from us. So Google comes to us and says that, okay, I will hire 5 students, and they took 7 students from us. Samsung told that I will hire like 10 students, they took 15 from us. Flipkart told that I will hire 15 students, they took 21 students from us. So in that particular way, we are able to directly make these students place in these big companies. So these are the syllabus that these companies have provided us, that I need this particular topic from my student that I will be hiring from you. That is the reason why I'm telling you guys this. Okay. The next thing that you have to do is start with the data analysis process. Okay, data analysis as well. So what is the data analysis process? So what is wrangling? What is all the different parts and components for that? What are the different Python tools that you have to use? So like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, that you have to do in depth. In these bootcamps, we're just showing you a taste of these technologies. You have to go into a lot of depth behind these technologies to be able to understand it properly. In that as well, for example, Google has provided us with the Android app dataset. Okay, that has been provided us to by Google, where we are teaching students how to use the data analysis process. Uber told us that they will be hiring from us, but they didn't hire anybody from us. At the end of the day, they provided this data set. Then we use this data set to help students get placed in Ola. So that is what happened from us. Like the previous time, Ola hired 16 students from us. So that was the best thing that happened, because Uber didn't hire anybody and we were very sad about it. But no matter what, we got students in Ola, so we were very happy with that. So again, these data analysis projects, you have to do it. Okay, you have to do this. You can choose anything. You can just go to Kaggle. You can get the data sets on your own as well. You can do that on your own. The next is SQL. Okay, if you are learning data analysis, you are basically working on data sets. Data sets, most of the data sets lives in different databases, and you need to know how to query these databases as well. That is where SQL comes into place. So you have to start with the basics of SQL, SQL join, aggregations, subqueries, and temporary tables, SQL data cleaning process, window functions, SQL advanced joins, performance tunings, accessing databases using Python. Okay, accessing databases using Python as well. So all these different things you have to learn in data in SQL. Of course, once you have learned it, you need to work on a project as well. For example, this project has been provided to us by Amazon. So Amazon also hired I think so 22 students from us. Okay, so this is a data set that has been given to us by Amazon. So you need to understand, okay, whatever you are learning, you need to have a practical implementation for that as well. Okay. The next is the data wrangling process. Okay, how to gather data, how to access a data, how to clean a data, how to work with a tabular, CSV, Excel, JSON data. So you're having different types of data as well. For example, today we saw a CSV data. Okay, learning about HTML and XML, because data sets can be get from that right over there as well. Using beautiful soup to scrape web pages to get directly data from different websites, you need to use beautiful soup right over there as well. Okay. Then you are having your data quality, how to access a data quality as well. Okay, You have to access data quality as well. Okay. Next is introduction to machine learning. Once you have understood this, you have created the basics. Okay, you have learned the basics of the entire data science process. Now comes the advanced part, that is machine learning and deep learning. Okay, these are the algorithms that you need to know. Now there are 18 machine learning algorithm, guys. There are 18 machine learning algorithms that you need to be very familiar with it. Okay, simple, multiple and polynomial linear regressions, support vector regressions, decision trees, random forest, logistic regression, k nearest neighbor, support vector machines. Each of them are different algorithms that are present in machine learning, and there are 18 different machine learning algorithms that you need to learn. Out of these 18 different machine learning algorithms, you need to know how these algorithms work. Okay, what is the intuition for these algorithms? You need to know the mathematics behind these algorithms. Okay, you need to understand how these algorithms are implemented just using Python, not using any library or something like that. Just using Python, how will you be able to implement these algorithms? And the fourth thing is, how are you going to implement this using a library like sklearn? So sklearn is basically used to implement these machine learning algorithms. So to have a project where you're working upon a real data set, okay, that is where the real data set comes into place, and that is what you need to learn right over here as well. Okay, it's very simple, but it takes time. Okay, each topic will take at least 2 days. Or each topic takes 2 days if you are giving proper time to it. Okay. So market basket optimization, walls, customer segmentation, Facebook ad analytics, top 50 startup revenue, predict employee salary. There's some of the examples of these projects. So what we do is, for every algorithm, what we have is, like in the training program, we teach first of all the intuition, mathematics, implementation, and for every project, what I suggest to you guys, what we do is take up a different data set. So you are able to have 18 different projects at the same time, and along with that you are able to understand as well. Okay, so for example, for this particular type of data set, this is a type of algorithm that I should be using. For this data set, this is the algorithm that I should be using. Okay, so that is how you have to continue seeing this as well. Okay. The next is deep learning. In deep learning, you're not expected to know the mathematics behind the algorithms. Okay, because deep learning, it's very difficult to understand the mathematics. A brief introduction about neural networks is more than sufficient for understanding the mathematics behind it. But for the algorithms themselves, you don't want to do that. You want to know the intuition, you want to know the exact mathematical computation that is going on, like the activation functions and all those kind of stuff, but you don't want to understand the mathematics. Okay, you don't have to do that. It's very difficult as well. Okay, so you want to learn, and you need to have some projects under your belt for each of these deep learning algorithms. Okay, that is artificial neural networks, convolutional neural networks that you use on different images, recurrent neural networks that you use on trading and everything. Okay, then you're having auto encoders and GANs. Then you're having natural language processing. So these are 6 different algorithms that you need to know. Okay, 6 different algorithms that you need to know. Okay. Then you are having your wine quality test. Okay, these are some of the example projects that you can do. Emojify. Then you can have Jarvis. You can create a chatbot as well. You can create a language translator translating English to Japanese or English to French. YouTube sentiment analysis. So taking up a particular let's say DevTown as well as a channel, and calculating the sentiment of the users on the comment section. Okay, music generation. You can even generate music. Okay, you can generate music just like you can just take up all the albums of Ed Sheeran, feed it into a autoencoder or a generative adversarial networks or GANs, and it will be able to generate a unique music that will sound exactly like Ed Sheeran. You can even do that using deep learning. That is what I'm trying to make you guys understand this. Okay. Are you able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. The guys able to understand this? Please let me know. See, whatever people are saying about attendance, I don't even care about them, because I'm able to understand who is serious with their career, and I'm able to understand who is not serious with their career. And see, my aim, why we created DevTown, is to help you guys get placed. And I am only concerned with those students who are concerned with their own careers itself. I don't even want to look at the other students, because I know that they will not be do anything with their career. And see, I have to prove myself. I have to prove myself by getting students placed, because only then companies will be hiring from me. only then that will be hiring a company like Google will be approaching me for the next time and hiring more students that they wanted. Okay, so I don't even consider them as my students because I know that they are not serious, so why should I be serious for them? And I don't even listen to them, and I just ignore them from the live chat. Okay, so that is how you need to proceed further, guys. You can take this now if you're doing it on your own. Okay, if you're doing it on your own, it will take you a lot of time. Okay, because like I'm able to understand that as well. I also did it on my own. It took me like 2 to 3 years to be able to understand it and reach up to such a point where Google, I was able to go into Google and teach on behalf of Google. Okay, that is what like the time duration it took me to be able to understand that. And I understood that if there was a senior of mine who was able to guide me in a right direction, then I wouldn't have wasted my precious time. Because yes, you can crack JEE mains on your own as well. You can take a drop, you can still crack it without going to any like big coaching centers or going to any type of like getting reference material from right over there as well. So like you can do that, but it will take you a lot of time. My job is to make sure that you are able to see the shortest path possible, which guarantees you results. Okay, that is what my job is at the end of the day. Okay, yeah, like I said, like if I am able to talk for the past like 3 hours, okay, and I'm able to teach without having like anything, like without having a drink or without having like anything to eat as well, and I'm continuously giving my energy right over here, you guys are just listening, like. And if that also you are getting tired, then dude, you need to make sure that you are having the enough stamina moving further. Okay. Okay. So that is what I'm suggesting to you guys. And both of them, DSA, CP, C++, as well as the projects, you have to do them parallelly. You have to do them parallelly. My suggestion to you guys is make a time, fix a time. Okay, fix it. For example, from 8 to 10 in the night, I will only do DSA CP. I don't care. I don't care whether this is like Monday, this is Sunday, this is my birthday, this is like my father's anniversary. I don't care about that. 8 to 10 is a time that has been fixed by me. During this time, I will only do DSA CP. 10 to 12 is a time that has been fixed by me where I will be doing only data science projects. This is the time fixed. No matter whether an earthquake is happening, whether the world is ending, I will be doing this. Because see, programming is all about persistence. When you'll be starting, you will be demotivated as fuck. Okay, you will be demotivated like nothing like you have ever seen. The first 3 months, you will not be able to do questions. It will be like, yeah, what I'm doing right now, not able to do anything. Okay, this is very tough. But slowly and slowly, you will be able to see the patterns. This is just like doing that IQ-based questions. Okay, in the initial days, you're like, I'm not able to identify the pattern. I'm not able to identify what I'm supposed to do right over here. But slowly and slowly, as soon as you're practicing, as soon as you're learning different stuff and implementing it, you get your hands fixed upon it. It's the same as mathematics. Practice is the key to success. The more questions that you practice, the more that you read, the more that you understand, the more better that you get right over there. So coding is all about practice. You have to persist. The first month or in the third month, if you're like leaving it like, no man, I cannot do this. Most people leave it in the first week itself. 90% of the students leave in the first week. This is all about how it works. See, coding is like, you don't need to be very genius to code. I've seen students who were so like, who didn't even know how to speak English getting into Google. I've seen such a type of students as well. Because of only one thing, their hard work. When they came to the classes, they were only talking in English. Their English was like shit. But in 3 months, they dedicated the habit of asking every single doubt in English. They dedicated the ask to talk to their peers and only in English. Even the teachers, if they were not able to understand something, they just asked them to teach them in Hindi itself. What is this called in English? Like they worked upon their communication language as well. Because communication is the skill that you need. Along with that, they spend the entire 6 months to, like, they own their skills and the knowledge related to data science, related to competitive programming. They dedicated 6 hours of their entire life for 6 months. If you're not able to sacrifice 6 months of your life, then you don't deserve to be in a good company. If you're not able to sacrifice 6 months of your entire life for your own gain, for your own selfishness itself, okay, then dude, nobody can help you guys out with that. Okay. So for that reason, we started out with DevTown. Like what happened was in the initial days, I used to go to different colleges. I used to teach. Now students were joining me from like different colleges as well. We had students from BID Patna, BID Rashi, BID Jaipur who were joining us. So that grew to such an extent that where I wasn't able to cater to them. So what I've done is I've created DevTown in such a way that we are a non-profit program. So what we do is we bring in teachers. So these are the instructors that we have. I'm also one of the instructors. We have teachers from Google. We have teachers from Amazon, CodeChef, McKinsey and Company, Morgan Stanley, American Express, Sony, TensorFlow, that is also from Google. That is the deep learning portion of Google. Goldman Sachs, HP, Porsche, Geo, Reliance, Oracle, Cisco. So we have brought all these instructors in to create a 3-month-long program called as the Data Scientist Training and Internship Program, where what we do, why we have these instructors as well, there's a reason. First of all, I wasn't able to like help everyone out. Okay, that was very difficult for me. The second thing was like having various instructors from different companies. These instructors, if you are performing well in the class, they directly give you referrals that you are able to get into the best companies possible. So 30-40% of our class gets placed from right over there. Okay, we have students from their first year, second year, third year getting internships at big companies. We're having fourth year students who are getting direct placements at big companies. That is how we are able to handle them properly. Okay, these instructors will then, so we are having these classes that go on live on Zoom. So we have like 3 months of classes, 2 hours every single day on Zoom in the evening after 7 o'clock, because as these instructors are currently working in different companies, so they have their office in the morning and then they are having their classes in the evening after 7 o'clock. Then they have 2 hours of classes every single day in the evening where they teach everything live inside of Zoom classes of like 60 to 70 students. And then we are having like, after the class is ended, we provide the students with the live recordings as well with lifetime access, so that if they are missing out on a particular class or they want to revise something at a later point of time, they are able to do that. So you start off with C++, data structures and algorithms, then competitive programming that will be taught to you by Ritik. Okay, so Ritik Kumar is the instructor right over there. He is at the top 100 in the entire world on CodeChef and Codeforces, and 104 on Lead Code in the entire world. Okay, not in India. In India, he's in top 10. Okay, so he's a great person to hang out with. I'm very like knowledgeable person. The DSA is taught to you by Rishabh. He's from Google. So he's the person who will be teaching you data structures and algorithms. C++, we already provided to you guys. You have the choice to choose between C++ and Java. The choice is being given to you. We'll be providing you both the courses that will be up to you to choose from. Then you're having 2 hours of live classes every single day, 2 hours of doubt classes as well. The classes go on for 5 to 6 days a week for 3 months. That is how we are able to cover everything up. You have interview preparation, GitHub, resume building, then you are having LinkedIn optimization and all those kind of stuff. You are having 38 projects in total in this data scientist training and internship program. And that is how we are able to handle it. Again, there's no compulsion to joining the program. Again, this is only for those students. Now, even if you're planning to join the program, please keep this in mind that this is only for those students who are serious. Okay, who are serious, because I don't want you guys to be wasting their money. These instructors from Google is not going to come and teach you guys for free. Of course, they charge us a lot of money. Okay, these instructors are earning 3 to 4 lakhs per month right over there. So they also charge us 3 to 4 lakhs per month from us as well. So of course we charge a base amount, but we don't charge any type of profits over that. The base amount that these instructors charge from us is about 5,500 per student. On top of that, we have to pay the taxes, and after taxes we get like 30, 40 or like 50 rupees that we get at the end of the day. So again, if this particular program, if you're going to any other place like Scalar Academy, you're going to Scalar Academy or something like that, the same program these guys are offering you for 2.5 lakh rupees. It's the same program that if you just check their pricing, it's of 2.5 lakh rupees. Okay. So go through their website, they will be able to find it. It's of 2.5 lakh rupees. Then if you are going to something like Coding Ninjas, okay. So first of all, I thought that this type of program must be existing for the students. I don't need to create something like this. But later on, when I found out that Coding Ninjas and companies like this are basically offering, for example, let's say data analysis right over here. This is not even live. Okay, this is basically pre-recorded. Okay, this is pre-recorded. The cost of pre-recorded sessions is like 30,000 rupees. 40,000 to 30,000 rupees just for recordings. And that too, they are not covering everything up, just data analysis. So why to do that? Okay, that is the reason why we created DevTown, because I understand that getting a daily like interactive session, you are able to interact with a particular person from Google who is teaching you live on a daily basis. Of course, your knowledge and well, that connection also takes you a lot further as well. Okay, and that is what we wanted to create, this opportunity right over here. Okay, so that is why we created this entire DevTown. Like I said, we are a non-profit platform. This entire program, we only offer this to the bootcamp students. Only for the bootcamp students, we have this program. The students, we don't like take up them into the program, because I know that the students coming from the bootcamp, I've already told you guys that you need to work hard. The next 3 months of your life, you have to dedicate it to the program, because see, I'm concerned with getting you guys placed. That is what I need to show to my companies as well, that okay, like as you're able to see, I'm getting like 3,300 people into this program, and I'm getting 290 people out of them placed in your companies. So come and hire back from us. I'm giving you quality students, and that I can only do if you guys are the best. Only then I will be able to do that. If you guys are really dedicated, that yes, next 3 months I will be dedicating to this and nothing else. I don't have any friends, I don't have any girlfriends. Okay, for girlfriends I can pardon you, but you can get a new girlfriend, dad. Okay, the next 3 months of your life, you need to dedicate it to this. Only then join the program. Otherwise, don't waste your money. You can just like get a subscription for all the platforms, for Netflix, Hotstar, Hulu as well. Like, man, take up Hulu as well. Okay, take up a code Crunchyroll as well. Okay, so don't waste your money right over here. If you're interested, okay, so for really this particular program, only then come for this. Otherwise, don't. Okay, the cost of the program only for the bootcamp students is 7,500. The rest we don't take them up, because we don't want them into the program, because then it becomes very difficult for us to explain them that if you are serious, only then enter to this program. We don't care about your money. We care that you are really very like enthusiastic about the program itself and ready to work hard. Okay, that is the reason why we don't take up students from outside. Okay. You guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay. Uh, Again, one of the batches is going to start from the 3rd of June. Okay. One of the batches is going to start from the 3rd of June, and the other batch is going to start from the 15th of July. We only have 70 seats in that, and for the 3rd of June, we only have 10 seats right now. For the 15th of July, we have 15 seats for data science program. Okay, for those who are interested, you can definitely join right over there. Can somebody let me know how many of you are interested? Like, if you are interested, write down yes, and then write down interested in the live chat, so that I'm able to understand. If there are many people who are interested, then we will have to create a new batch for them. So please let me know if there are like 10 or 15 people interested, and yes, then go into the current batch on the 3rd that is starting right now. For those, or the 15th of July as well. But if there are many people right over there, then we have to create a new batch for them. Can you let me know, guys, how many of you are interested in the program? Please let me know, just for my information. See, in the entire year, we organize these batches for 1, 2, or 3 times at the maximum. We only are able to like keep these batches when the instructors are free, actually. So that is the reason why like we organize this around June, July, because at every point of time, these instructors are free and they are able to conduct the classes as well. Okay. One of the batches is going to start from the 3rd of July, and the other one is going to start from the 15th of July. So, okay, so a lot of people are interested. Okay, if there are many people interested, then yes, we'll be creating a new batch for them. I will have like many instructors. So I will be one of the instructors. There'll be other instructors as well who will be teaching you guys right over there. So you never have to worry about it. Okay, for those who are interested and those who want to enroll themselves in the program, I've been giving you guys my personal WhatsApp number. Someone from my team or me personally would be attending to you guys. Okay, so if you have any doubts, any questions, any stuff that you want to discuss, you can definitely write to me on my WhatsApp number. If you want to enroll into the program, like I said, including the taxes, the cost of the program is 7,500. And you're easily able to say in the entire industry, there's no program like this. Because we are a non-profit platform, that is why we are able to have the program at such a low cost. Otherwise, like, of course, I cannot put up money from my own pocket. Otherwise, I will become bankrupt in like 2 months itself. That is why we try to like, yes, the only thing that I'm able to give you guys is my time. any quantity of time that I'm having after having my office, I'm coming back right over here, taking up boot camp, then having my class in the night as well. So I have one batch that I have to take up from 11 o'clock in the night. So I'm having my class at the end of the day. I'm taking up doubt sessions. Whatever time I'm having, I'm of course able to give you guys that. But of course, I will not be able to give you guys like money from my own pockets. So definitely, if you guys are interested, do message me on this particular WhatsApp number. Someone from my team or me personally will be handling your questions, will be helping you guys out as well. Okay. The entire thing will be happening online on Zoom. Everything will be live on Zoom classes itself. You can attend it from your college, from your home, from anywhere. Okay. Again, if you're not joining, okay, if you're not joining the program, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. Take out the syllabus and follow that to the letter. You will be able to make it. It will take you some time, but you will be able to make it. If you're not joining the program, don't worry about it. You can still do it. Follow the syllabus. That's why we have these sessions, so that you guys are able to understand it's not necessary to join the program. Only those students who are really very enthusiastic about it, who really want some guidance, only them, they have to join the program. The rest, you can follow the syllabus. Okay, just I've given everything in the syllabus itself. You can follow the syllabus and you can do it from right over there. You never have to worry about it. The only thing that you do is you have to give time. You have to give time right over there, guys. Okay. The syllabus is out on our website. Okay, you can go to our website, devtown.in, and then go to courses, go to data scientist industrial training program, download the syllabus right over there. Those who want to enroll into the program, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. Okay, I've already provided you the link on the live chat. Just click on that link. It will open up the WhatsApp for you guys. You can contact me right over there, and I will give you the link if you want to join the program as well. Like I said, and it will be great to have you guys right over there. Otherwise as well, these boot camps are for free. You are having the syllabus, you can definitely do that from right over there as well. Okay, like I said, everything is available for free. Okay, everything is available for free. Just that you have to give a lot of, like, you, if you don't have time, okay, people from first year, second year, third year, fourth year, anybody can join the program. You want guidance, like personalized guidance, if you want a particular person from a big company to be teaching you, you want to do it in a less amount of time, doing it yourself, you'll have to find everything on your own. Okay, it's following the syllabus, but you have to find everything on your own. And there may be time that when you are getting demotivated, you're going into a wrong direction as well. That is what we have created this program for. But that is what I wanted when I was in college. I wanted someone to be able to take up a stick and just beat my ass off, go and study right now. This is what is important for your life. And that is why we created the entire program. Okay. For those who are interested to join the program, they can definitely join the program from the link that I have provided to you guys as well. Okay, I have also pinned it in the live chat. Okay, and it will be great to see you guys if you are interested in the same. Okay, now I will show you the attendance link as well, guys. So this is the QR code for the attendance link. You can scan that as well. Okay. Okay, so you can scan that and that will be your attendance for today, guys. You can definitely do that. Those who are interested into the program, they can contact me on WhatsApp number directly. I'll be helping you guys out with the same. Do not worry about it. Communication skills is always very important, guys. Please focus upon your communication skills. It is extremely important, guys. Okay. 3rd of July, that is one of the batches that is going to start, and then you are having the 15th of July, guys. Okay, I've given the wrong attendance link. Those who are after the attendance link, they won't be able to get the attendance for today. I'm also smart, I'm not dumb. I have not created the attendance itself. I knew that. Okay, those who were like, "Hey, I need attendance, I need attendance," they won't be able to get the attendance because they weren't focusing upon the class itself. No issues. So send copy to our code generator. Like I said, those who are after the attendance and who have left the chat, they won't be able to get the right attendance. That is why I provided you guys with the wrong attendance. I just wanted to see how many of you guys were like that. Day 5, July. I'm also smart, man. I didn't end up in Google like this. Okay, you can take up this is the right attendance link, guys. For those who were there in the class, this is the right attendance link. Okay, okay. So I'm also smart, man. I have to do some type of tigdom at the end of the day. Okay, this is the right attendance link. For those who are who are not there in the class, nobody will be able to help them out. Okay, for those who are still in the class, if you still want to join the program, I've put up the link inside the live chat. I've done that. Okay, you can definitely contact me. I will be helping you out with your code, like whatever questions that you are having. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. We will meet tomorrow again. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. So do join the program if you guys want. We'll definitely have a great time, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.